Hi, this is Hilton Samuel of GodWantsYouMarried.com, and our topic for discussion right now is holy and horny, secrets to controlling your sexual desires as a single Christian. Well, is it even possible? Let's look at some of the problems that surrounds this issue. And we all have temptations. We all have biological temptations. It happens from time to time. If you're a normal, natural human being with flesh and blood and hormones, you have biological urges, biological sexual urges, that is. We look at TV, books, internet. In fact, I'll tell you a story I read the other day when researching something that I was going to present on, that there was a convention of pastors in a particular hotel. And the hotel staff indicated after the convention was over, it was probably the highest hits they got on their servers, on the internet servers, of people logging on to porn sites. And it was a Christian pastors convention. Well, I won't go into too much on that, but just to say that everybody has pressures, everybody has temptations, everybody has desires. And if you have a relationship going on right now, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you're dating someone and you're attracted to that person, managing those emotions can be sensitive and very, very challenging, to say the least. We get exposed in our society to sexual messages almost every moment of the day. Everywhere we go, we have some kind of exposure. Billboards, dress styles. If you're a man and you live in the metropolis or wherever you live, walking down the road in the public area, you need discipline to keep your eyes on the road because of the way some people dress or not dress. As a matter of fact, at work, you're interacting with members of the opposite gender that may be attractive or may hit on you or may, make advances at you. Even in churches, we have pastors and elders, people in senior positions. People tell me that they are being prepositioned or by, some people who they thought would never do such a thing. Their brothers in the church and sisters in the church who kind of either make advances or by the way they dress, they distract you. And if you're in a relationship, how far is too far? There's sometimes when you're out of a relationship, but your mind goes back to the former lovers. These are all problems we face with regards to being holy and horny. Even though you're holy, you can have sexual temptations, sexual desires. By the way, while we're on this topic, I want to talk about the word holy. I forgot to look up the Greek word, but I was listening to a guy, one of my current gurus is a guy called Douglas Hamp, and he is a Greek expert. And he says the way the word holy was used back in scriptural days is not necessarily the way we use it today. Today we use it to imply, some super urban spiritual kind of level. If you're holy, you're extra or super, or you have advanced spirituality. He says back then the word just simply meant set apart for a particular use. There was no connotation that simply because it was set apart, it was more spiritual or higher in spirituality than anything else. It was just set apart. And he gives a very good example. He says in the context of modern day, we set apart the toilet brush. We don't use the toilet brush for anything than cleaning the toilet bowl, because we understand that it may infect and carry germs. So we don't want to use it for anything else. So we would, back in the day, back in scriptural days, back in Bible days or biblical days, they would say the toilet brush is holy. It is set apart. So that's a very good example. So even if you're holy, just to bring it in context of what we're talking about, you are set apart for God's use, but you are still an ordinary human being with ordinary human feelings, particularly sexual healings. So we'll be looking at some of these, and this is just a simple short synopsis of what I would like to introduce you to, which is a book that I wrote, a special report that I wrote called, let me just see if I could bring it down. Oops, sorry. I'm just trying to adjust this. Okay, fine. There we have it. There's a picture of, and I will reduce the, okay, there we go. Okay, that's it. It's called Secrets to Controlling Your Sexuality, the Ultimate Single Christian's Guide to Overcoming Sexual Temptation. And I'm going to give you, after we finish this particular episode, where you can get the book, and I'll also give you the details of the topics that we cover. But for now, let's get back to our topic, holy and horny. I want to just imply, I want to say that it affects all singles, those who are never married, those who are virgins, those who are sexually experienced, who have bitten the apple, whether or not you're in a relationship, those people who are divorced and back in the database or the pool of singles, whether you're widowed, your husband or wife has died, if you're separated for any reason, separated because of the job of your spouse takes him or her away from you for long periods of time, or you're just simply separated because you're in a conflicted state, you are affected by hormones, and you still need to manage your sexuality because the Bible speaks clearly about immorality. And I just want to talk briefly here about the Bible position. In fact, let me end this video. Let's keep it short, simple, and snappy. And I'll end the video by saying that I want to really explore, and that particular book explore not just the possibility of holy and horny, but the problems that you have. And it speaks about solutions, pragmatic, practical solutions that you can implement to maintain purity while you are single. The topics like masturbation is addressed. Is it sinful? Is it wrong? How do you maintain purity, especially when and while dating? How far is too far? All of these questions are addressed in that book. But in the next video, we will look at some Bible and scriptural text that deals with this matter. And in a subsequent video, I will look also at solutions, some practical, pragmatic solutions. But if you want the full gist of everything, I covered 18 practical ways to deal with sexual frustration. 18 practical ways I deal with masturbation in this book, all right here, and you can get it by clicking on the link below, and simply download it to your computer, and you could have it in a flash if you just simply go to the link below, pay a small price, and you will be able to have it so that you will not be frustrated. You can be holy, horny, but you will know exactly what to do to manage your sexual purity. Talk to you in the upcoming video.